I'm Logan and welcome back to Hydroneer. So last time we left off, we had just finished automating our setup here. We had gotten it to where we were spitting out the iron into this bucket, everything else over here. So I think what we want to try to do today, we had fixed this, it had broken on us. So I think what we want to do today, get a big enough iron bar so we can build another drill. We're going to put it right here. And we also want to make enough money to buy 3 more of these sorters. We're going to use this spitting spout to put another one right next to it, see if we can get those to spit right into each other. So first things first, let's go ahead and sort out all of these shards. We don't really need them right now, but we don't want to lose them. So we're going to put those over there. Now we did also get our grinding wheel, polishing wheel, whatever it's called, to turn our gems into polished gems. That is nice. That makes us more money and also lets us embed those gems into jewelry. We can also compress those gems to make big mighty gems that sell for even more money. And of course we'll get to all of that as we go. So look at that, we got 2 emeralds. Emeralds seem to be the... oh, that's gold. Emeralds seem to be the most common of the gems. I don't know that they are worth the most. They're probably not. It's probably the black onyx, simply because they're rarer. But the amount, at least in my experience, that you get of the emeralds seems to make it to where they actually end up being the most valuable. So we've got a red, a green, and a blue here, a sapphire, a ruby, and some emeralds. So we got a little bit of everything. That looks like everything that's not gold. So let's go ahead and take our gold. We're going to dump it right in here. We're going to put the bucket back down. We're going to go ahead and turn this on. Melt this down. Let's make sure everything's lined up. That is not lined up. There we go. Are you working? Yep, you're working. Good, 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 good. Alright, so let's go see really fast how much another hand sorter will cost, because we do have some money left. I don't know that we will have enough to... so they're 165. So we're going to need 3 of those. We're also going to need to hook those up to water. That's where things start to get a little bit more pricey, because each one of these needs to get water. So that's $500 just in the sorters. Then of course we need the pipes. The pipes are going to cost more. Yes, let's see, how much money do we have? We've got $493. We don't even have enough to buy those, but I think we will soon. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. So we're actually just going to take a little bit of the gold that we have already gotten. We're going to drop it right in there, because we want to make as much money as possible off this trip. And see, each time we keep going back and getting more, another one has dropped in. So that is exactly what we want to happen, because we want this to just keep building up, and giving us more and more and more money. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn this. Boop and boop. Ooh, actually, since we can, let's go ahead and make this into a ring. Yeah, let's make it into a ring. So to do that, we heat this guy back up. Let's go ahead and move this. We need to heat this up, and we're going to grab a gem. Let's use the ruby. We're going to make a ruby ring. So then we come back once this guy is nice and toasty, and we drop him right onto the anvil, and boom, a ruby ring. That should make us a good amount of money, but let's find out. Alright, let's see what this ring is worth. It is worth 568. Boom. Hey, what do you want? Oh, he wants some tomato soup. We are not making that right now. That is later on. That is one of our goals. So we're going to kind of leave all of that for now. Alright, I've went ahead. I bought there they are, the rest of the hand sorters. But I think we're going to have a problem, because if you look here, if I put it on this block, it's not going to reach. If I put it here, it blocks the chute. So we have a problem. We do indeed have a problem. So So we're gonna have to figure that out. The only thing I can think of is kind of digging down right here and having each of these just spit out at the next level, which is fine. I mean, we can make it kind of like a cool little stair step thing. It's not ideal, but it may be what we have to do. Which means, let's see, we have $566. That means we have $560 to get the piping that we need, which means we're going to need a T, a curve, a couple more curves, and we're going to need to do that a bunch of times. However, I think we can afford that. I don't think that's the problem. What we do need, we need a pickaxe, and we need the rake. What the rake will do will let us flatten out areas so we can have like nice flat stair steps, and the pickaxe will let us dig through the dirt very quickly. So I think what we want to do is grab our money in the truck, and we want to run to Bridgeport. Bridgeport should have everything that we need, I think. Because first things first, we want to get those set up. We can worry about piping after we get them set up. So let's go ahead. We're going to hop in our little truck. And since this is the first time we're going to Bridgeport, I probably won't cut this part out, just so we can see how easy it is to get there. Yeah. Alright, so we got our little truck. We're just going to scoochie right over this hill. Like that. We're going to cut through the river. Like so. And we are going to go bump. And we are at the shop. Perfect. So, now we've got our monies. So here we have a lot more stuff we can buy. So we've got all these hooks and valves and corks, pressure gauges, cloudium pipes, which we need for stuff later on. We don't need those right now, although they are cool even at lower levels because they reduce your pressure less. But we don't need them now. There's a scale we don't need, buckets, magnet, which is kind of cool. There's our pickaxe. Oh my, that pickaxe is $700. Okay, here's the rake. We can get a cheaper pickaxe from our main base area. So we don't really have to buy that here and spend the money because that's a tier 2 rake. We don't need that right now. So here is the gem compressor. We can drop gems in. It makes them into one. That's helpful. This is the other thing, a smelter. So instead of us having to manually melt and then pour it into a casting mold, this will do it for us. It just drops in, it heats up, it melts, click it, it pours into that, but that's $1,300. We just don't have that kind of money. So we're going to grab our monies, we're going to put that back in the truck, and we're going to look around really fast. So over here we have Conveyor Nation. This has all the conveyor belts and things that you need for them. So we got some little mergers, we got this thing that will polish our gems, so we don't have to run over to the polishing wheel and do it there. We've got a little centralizer that keeps them all in the center looking nice and pretty. Verticals to send things up. Then we have splitters that will take pretty much like our hand sorters do right now. You put a thing on top and it sends that in the direction of the belt. Conveyors left and right and then straight. So none of those are super, Lord, if I could talk, useful to us right now. These are all just decorative pieces. Safes and plinths and all kinds of little decorative things that we don't need. Over here is the basic housing area. You can buy floors and levels, ladders, all kinds of stuff like that. Rake. Yeah, just build you a nice little house if you want to. Over here's the jeweler. Here's the grocer where you can sell vegetables. Up on top of the hill is logic. Logic will come in handy once we start getting a little bit bigger and we have to worry about more things that take damage. So right now we've only got the one drill. As we get more and more of those, we'll want to put 5 water filters on our line, which will filter out the water, take out all the impurities, and stop anything downstream from being damaged. The only problem with that approach is, our drill, Lord, cannot talk today. The drill is already broken. So let's go ahead and we'll get that fixed up. So what we'll do with logic is we'll have, so like right now there's only 4 pipes, we would need 5. And then we would just put those on there. We would use some logic to check the condition. Alright, it is morning. We've been letting this run for just a little bit. For some reason, this thing loves to break ever so often. As I've said, this game is not without its bugs. Oh, jeez. And see, things like that are super annoying. Alright, so let's turn that off. So there is a tool that you can buy that will prevent you from picking things up like that. It's just annoying as all get out when it happens. Because now we gotta go through and manually sort all of this. Lord have mercy. This gets on my dang nerves. But it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna move this. I want to get that kind of put back in place. We're gonna drop that. That's a piece of gold. That's a piece of gold. Alright, so now we can put this thing back in place. There we go. We're gonna pick up the gold bucket. We're gonna kill our frame rate doing it. So we're gonna be even worse for the iron. Oh yeah, frame rate does not like this at all. But that's a lot. So we should make a decent profit off of it. So let's see. Alright, so that's all of it. We're going to drop that in there. Alright, so let's see. We got our rake. Where'd the rake go? I don't think we ever pulled it out. Nope, there she be. So see, the rake flattened that out, cleared it. So what we want to do is we want to grab our monies, run back over here and get the pickaxe. Pickaxe will let us dig through the dirt really quick, and unlike the shovel, we don't have to dispose of it. It just kind of destroys the ground. Where's that? There it is. I looked right over it. And we're down to $200. Not great, but we're melting some iron. We're going to melt some gold. We'll be able to get something decent off of it. Alright, so we dug that down a little bit. So now you can see that made a nice little hole in the ground. So in theory, now we take this and we put it right there just like that. So then we'll come down. This will drop in, get filtered. Whatever's left drops down to the next level. So let's go ahead and do... Oh, wrong tool. Let's go ahead and do a couple more of the holes. Go boop and boop, and we'll level that nice. Go boop boop, make the walls nice and flat, because sometimes it will let you place pipes and whatnot through the dirt. Sometimes it does not. So let's grab this, grab this. I'm gonna dump that. Oh, it's already cold. I think we're just going to make a dagger. I don't want to buy the axe or the saw, which honestly I don't know that we even have enough money for that just yet. But it's fine. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That should get us pretty close. Boom. Alright, did that get us where we need to be? So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think it did. Oh shoot. I just buried it in the dirt. Dang now. Alright, where'd the pickaxe go? Where did I... How did I manage that? So it's kind of fine that it went there because that's where it needs to be anyway. But we still want to clear that out to make it nice and pretty, which I just covered it back up. Alright, so I think what we need to do then is we're going to clear this out. We're going to move... Oh, don't fall down in there. It fell. That's okay. We're going to clear a bunch of this out just so we have easy access to all of our stuff. Let's clean these up. We have nice little steps here. Oh, there we go. And boom, 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 boom. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. So then the next thing we want to do is go ahead and take this one down. Alright. And then I think we're going to do one more. Let's see, let's move this out of the way. One more level to the side, because that way we'll be able to have one for the sorters, one for the pipes. Oh no, that will come down the other side. That way we'll be able to collect all of our items. We got to do that. Alright, so I think that's good. That's good. That's good. Where did I drop you? How did you end up all the way over there? And boom. So now we have a nice little waterfall of items. Iron gets spit out there. We'll probably do like gold here, gems here, and shards there. And we'll have the occasional piece of cloudium, but those are rare enough that I am not particularly concerned. So there we go. We have a blue. Okay, let's grab this guy. Boom. Alright. Let's go see what this guy's worth. He should be pretty heavy. That means he should be worth a decent amount of money. So let's go find out. Boom. 1,650 coins. That is fantastic. So like I said last time, you can really see how the amount of money that you earn just starts growing at a rapid rate. We started out making 5 coins, 3 coins, and now we just sold a crafted item for 1,600. So we have a lot more money. And more money means that we can buy things that are nicer, and we can buy them more quickly and more easily. So I kind of stopped mid-sentence a minute ago. So what we're doing next is I was grabbing a couple of those uncut gems just so we can have those ready. One of the nice things about doing this is, in theory, I think the items will bounce off that back wall and into a bucket here. It'll go boom, or it'll just drop and go straight in. We'll find out. Let's see. So we're going to need more buckets. We're going to need a lot more buckets, actually. So let's see. This is gold. There's some kind of... I'm going to regret this. There we go. Alright, so there's some onyx. So we need one of those. So we've got a blue, a black. We need a red and a green. There's a green, which is, of course, an emerald. We'll put it on there. So I think all we need is, what I say, a blue and a sapphire. No, we already have a blue. We needed a red. That's a green. So if y'all didn't know and you're screaming, why are you picking up all these greens? It's because I am colorblind and I struggle with these reds and greens. There's a red. Okay. So a lot of those to me all kind of just look the same. So there we go. Red, green, black, blue, that should be all of those. So the next thing we can do is a piece of gold. Let's grab a piece of gold. We're going to put it on the second level right there. And then a shard on the bottom level right there. So now all the hand sorters are ready to start sorting. We just need to hook them up to water and then start testing how they throw our items. But I do think we're going to do one additional step right here so that we can have a nice convenient way, which means that that's not going to kind of block which is okay. I wasn't super sold on that, but we'll kind of see how it works out. Okay, come on. And see, sometimes, like, it's red, like it doesn't want to do what I need it to, but then it turned blue right there. So, like, who knows? And then it just covered that back up. Dang nabbit. Alright, so let's dig through that, drop that, grab this, and boom. Okay. We gotta grab this, and dig, dig, dig. That should be good enough. So now, there we go. So now we made us a nice little stairwell. All of this kind of goes down here and does exactly what we want. And we can even bring this guy down here and sit him so we have some light. Really. Alright, so this is going to need an up curve and to go that way into a T, which will be okay. So let me go grab some pipes and stuff, and I will join you guys back in just a moment. Alright, so we got all the pipes, everything is hooked up and has water now. And I actually overestimated the amount of pipes we needed, so we've got a couple of elbows and a T left. However, everything is now hooked up to water and should, in theory, let's see, boop, 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 and it spit right out all the way down, just like we wanted. So that worked wonderfully. So the next test, let's take a piece of gold and see if we can get it to drop in the bucket. Alright, so the bucket needs to be moved back a little bit to about, say, right there. Let's give that a shot. Boom. Perfect. So now we know exactly where the buckets need to go, which is, I think, right about there. Okay, so we need two more buckets. So let's grab those really fast, and then we'll be able to turn this back on and see if it works. I think it will. It should anyway. I don't know why it wouldn't. Now technically these are pans, yes. I call them buckets. It's the same thing. In my mind anyway. A bucket is a bucket. But you know, that kind of raises an interesting question. A cup holds liquid. A bucket holds, well, I mean, a cup can hold anything, but let's just stay on liquid. If a cup holds liquid and a bucket holds liquid, when does a cup become a bucket? Like, is a gallon jug a bucket? At what point does it stop being a cup and just becomes bucket? It's an interesting question. Alright, so those should be lined up pretty well. We're going to grab this guy. We're going to drop him at about the same spot there. So now, let's test one of each. So we're going to test a shard. Shard cascaded and is in the bucket. Gem cascaded and is in a bucket. And then we don't have a piece of iron to test, but I think that will probably work. Look at it, look at it, it's working. Alright, so what is next? I guess let's just turn this back on. We'll watch for a second and see what it does. Boop, boop, boop. And we can see it just spits right out. And just shoots all the way down. Wait, what was that? That was a piece of iron. Okay, why is the iron not filtering now? Alright. Sometimes if you move it, it stops filtering correctly. So there we go. That worked. So that bucket is a little far. So we'll try it right about there. There we go. The rest of these seem to be pretty well dialed in. Woo-hoo. So I think what I want to do So we're going to go through all of this. We're going to smelt down the gold while this thing just kind of runs in the background. We're going to put the gold right into the crucible. Just like that. Alright guys, so I'm going to filter through all of this and I will be back with you in just a minute when I'm done. Alright, so got all that sorted. I smelted the gold down into 2 bars and did something special. We made a sapphire necklace. So this thing should fetch us a good amount of money. It's got a lot of gold. It's got a real nice pretty sapphire in it. So let's run up to the jeweler. Let's see what we get for it. I think we'll get a good amount of money. I'm thinking 2,500. Oh, I was off. 19, not bad, not bad. I expected a little bit better. I don't know, maybe if we'd used a better gem. Still not bad. Almost 2,000 just out of one piece of jewelry. And of course, the more gold and stuff that we put into it, the more and more expensive those become. I think I'll have the money over here. So let's grab it and combine it and take a look at where we are and decide what to do next. Yeah, so we got 1,500 plus that. We have 3,500 hydro coins. I usually just call them dollars. It's easier. So we are not doing too shabby now. You know, we started out struggling. We've now got 3,500. We've got our whole little mining setup technically going, automated. Oh, there it goes. The only thing we need to do next is set up some filtration so these things don't get damaged. If you notice, the wrenches are gone. I've already had to repair both of these again. That's where it starts to get annoying. Then, of course, you know, we have to repair the filters, but we can set up logic for that, like I mentioned earlier, where the logic will compare the value coming out on a scale of 0 to 100 of durability that's left. We'll compare that. We'll say when it gets to a 1, trigger an event. That event will in turn take a wrench that we've put into a unit and it will use that wrench to repair the filter, which will mean the repair process is completely automated aside from us feeding in wrenches as needed. Not terrible, not the most efficient solution, but once we get that set up, we can just continue on and build off of this one water pump by adding boosters as needed to get back up to the original pressure coming off of this one pipe. So then everything will be completely free from unfiltered water and we will be making lots of money. Money. So I know initially we'd said that we wanted to go out and get, come on, daylight. There it is. We wanted to get this stuff set up and we wanted to get the second drill. I don't think we're going to make the second drill today simply because of how long it took to get the rest of this up and going. So I don't think we're going to get that done today, but hopefully that should not be a problem for next time. We'll simply grab this, we'll smelt it, we'll run over, we'll make one of these. I don't know, do we have enough now? I don't think we have enough now, and I don't want to go through all that just to realize that we don't. So next time we definitely will, what is, oh, that's the crucible, okay. So next time we will definitely get that up and running, maybe do 3 total. So have one here, and one here. Maybe if we can make enough, do 4. Have 4 just kind of all dumping into this, and then all of that filters down and gives us nice, delicious resources. So guys, I think this is a good stopping point. We've done a lot of good work today. A lot of stuff is in motion. We're making money automatically. Everything is functioning on its own. Everything is being sorted on its own. So we're not having to hand sort anything. It's just a matter of grabbing the bucket, dumping it into the crucible, and smelting it. So of course, next step, like I said, getting more drills. So we're getting more resources. Then as we get the money, we'll convert these hand sorters and buckets into the nice big automatic crucibles and a conveyor pipe system that will use conveyor sorters. So all that's coming up, guys, so stay tuned. If you're enjoying this, let me know. If you're not enjoying it, let me know as well. We'll change what we can. But guys, I'm Logan. This is Hydroneer. I appreciate you guys for watching if you made it this far. I will catch you next time.